The AHS Instructional Ninja Summer Institute is made up of 3 different strands of activities. We're starting today with the Technology Proficiency strand, which is broken down as follows. Each of these topics is its own module. So you can see that there are 5 modules included in the Technology Proficiency strand. This is kind of an overview description of the things covered in the Technology Proficiency strand. And each module is going to have a kind of welcome to the module button at the top to tour through the page and give you an idea of what's to be completed in each module. Let's start with number 1, the strong online presence. So here's the welcome to the module button to look for at the top of each module. This will kind of walk you through in the beginning so that you know what you're about to dive into. At the top of the module, you can review the objectives that you're supposed to master by going through the different activities. There are some directions for you that usually define how many CFU forms might be included in the particular module, whether or not there's a final activity to do at the bottom of the page. The forms are numbered and organized to kind of keep you on track with where you're at. And of course, there's email links to us here in case you have questions or need some help along the way. Look for any introductory related research related to the topic. That can help you give you some background, some rationale for why you're being presented this information and how it pertains to kids in the 21st century. Sometimes there are YouTube videos to view, and don't feel like you're limited to this small screen in your view. You can click right here and the video will become full screen and much bigger and easier to see. So that's how you make any video that you see full screen, right here. So that's important. There's a volume control right here also, and of course the play and the pause button. This would be the scrubber that you could, if you're instructed to go to a certain point in the video, that's how you adjust that. Moving on. In this module, you're going to be talking about building teacher websites, and so here's some information about Google Sites versus using Weebly versus using our existing platform SchoolWires, which is becoming Edlio over the summer. And then you have your first Google form after that. Above each Google form on this module, you'll see a little reminder here to check this box before submitting the form. This will give you a copy of your answers in your Gmail so that you have the information for later use. Sometimes you're asked to apply some of your responses to a later activity. So sending yourself a copy along the way will be helpful for you to save things in that manner. Okay, moving on to Creative Commons and use of images on websites. This is very important information that you'll go through, and again have this checking for understanding form here to fill out, okay, with some questions. And after that, there's another little video to watch, less than 2 minutes, before you begin to plan your own site. Here are some things to consider as you go through the building of your site before you start your Google form plan right here. Now keep in mind, you might already have a teacher website, and you might be thinking, I already have a teacher website. Never settle for what you already have in existence. Always seek to improve it and ask yourself, what advanced features or tools can I use now? Since I already kind of have it, I have a basis. Where can I go from here? How can I kick this up a notch? The final activity is defined down here, and so you'll read this very carefully and paste the link that you're asked to paste here. And the way that we are kind of basing our grading on this final activity is outlined in this rubric. So if you're unsure of, what exactly the expectations are for this final activity, go ahead and take a look at this rubric and you'll know exactly what we're looking for with this. You may need to revise if necessary, so just be aware of that. Contact us if you have any questions. We're here to help make this really successful and useful for you. Thanks.